Many rappers are beginning to get scared for YNW Melly's life. Some are even flat out claiming that Melly's life is over, such as rap OG Boosie, who even told YNW Melly to prepare, because when the feds want you, they'll do anything to get you.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. They could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. I just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.
As YNW Melly was actually supposed to be released on a bond after his mistrial verdict just a few months ago. However, Danny Polo returned from the original Melly trial to now help the new lead prosecutor in the upcoming Melly retrial. These two together would investigate through all of YNW Melly's social medias because the plan was to find a specific reason to make sure Melly doesn't get released on a bond. And well, they found their reason with a new piece of evidence that'll be introduced into the upcoming YNW Melly retrial.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, and he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with the 5-point star. It's a government have big hand signs posted, displayed.
Right, and see with individuals again, and that's also the Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and capture.
As they are trying to make the claim that YNW Melly's team YNW now has street ties, or at least did have street ties, connected to Young Thug's street team YSL. This is a very convenient time for them to just so happen find this evidence on Melly's Facebook account, as Melly's lawyers were just about to put in another piece of paperwork for a second chance at a bond release. It all began with a report of Melly's mother, Jamie King, informed a friend about the trial update and the appeal process via Instagram Live. King shared that the appeal process could take anywhere from 5 months to even a year. This means that the Melly retrial is not likely to start anytime soon.
It delayed my baby's trial again, so.
So it finished and now it was
a mistrial.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't give him a bond, which I've never heard of people not getting a bond on a mistrial.
I
have a retrial.
I have, because my kids' people same happening, no bond. Yeah.
It's like what? And then now it's delayed again because the judge ruled on a bunch of evidence from the first trial that wasn't going to be allowed to be used.
Right.
So the prosecutors appealed the ruling. So now it's gone to the 4th DCA. And that could take anywhere between 5 months and a year.
Yeah,
so you don't like what the judge said because your warrants were illegal.
As this aligns perfectly with what Boosie said. When the feds want you, they'll do anything to get you. The police department is likely corrupt, and it's very convenient that they just find this evidence on Melly right when he has his best chance at being released on a bond. Melly's mother, Jamie King, as well as Melly's lawyers, have now tried countering this new evidence, and with YNW Melly sitting inside a jail now for over 5 years, his mother has been very worried about his health and safety. Many concerns has risen because it was revealed that YNW Melly isn't even allowed to use a phone or even look at his own mail inside of his jail cell.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't give it to him.
As YNW Melly's mother had to make a move to try to save her son, she would start a petition to just have law officials look into Melly's situation, have him at least have some sort of phone time, that way he can call family. She would end up gathering 50,000 signatures, but she has still heard nothing to this day. She had no other choice but to now take it to a public interview to go and state the following.
When you saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
Depending on how long the trial lasts for YNW Melly, his mother, Jamie King, is actually in a very terrible situation with her health concerns. It was so bad during the original YNW Melly trial that we even saw Melly having to ask her if she's okay during a court session. As Boosie would end up reacting to this information as well, as he would go on to speak about Melly's mother and the stress that she has been going through, having to see her son go through a court system such as this one.
Okay, so
Then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
However, things are about to get a lot worse for YNW Melly in the coming weeks, and let me explain. It begins with a man named Jay Hood. He's a close friend of late King Von, as King Von may have shared a secret that YNW Melly told him in confidence to a few members of people that are living in O Block. As Jay Hood would go on to share that allegedly, Melly told King Von that he did this crime against Sack Chaser and Juvie because they were going after Melly for financial gain.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he... two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people can say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
As he ended up revealing that allegedly Sack Chaser and Juvie were going after Melly for financial gain, making many people raise the question, did YNW Melly ask King Von for some sort of advice on the situation? And if you know anything about King Von's resume, you would know that he definitely knew how to handle himself in the street. As when you pair that evidence with the already hard evidence against YNW Melly, this is where things get concerning and a new story is painted. To understand it all, you first need to see the evidence from Melly's cell phone, where there is a text message of Melly literally admitting to doing the crime.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02, the YNW Melly account says what?
After that, S-H-H-H-H.
Also, during the original YNW Melly trial, Sergeant Williams would go on to reveal that the Jeep that they were driving in showed no markings of an outdoor drive-by, meaning that the crime must have occurred from inside of the vehicle, and more directly, someone from sitting in the back left seat.
That has some movement in it, which is around site L here. The actually moving in that to create the little bit of a that you see there.
Number, you said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside the car?
3.
And can you exclude the for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas as coming from outside of the car?
Yes.
So with Williams revealing the crime must have happened inside of the vehicle and where someone was sitting, YNW Juvie's mother even went on the stand to share who was sitting there, as she has known all of the YNW boys for over a decade.
Can you state your name before we go into the jury?
Leon Phillips.
And are you related to one of?
Yes, I am.
How's it?
With his mother.
And who?
With Thomas.
Positive 21915. Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
And is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Jamel.
And Jamel, is that the defendant, Jamel Demons?
Yes, ma'am.
This then leads into the new charges that YNW Melly is facing due to YNW Bortland's recent actions.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction. YNW Melly, his real name is Jamel Demons, he's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months, again, as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new juror.
As the new charges are connected to Bortland, it would be announced that YNW Bortland was arrested for witness tampering. While he was outside, his house was raided by the feds. They ended up finding insane paperwork against YNW Melly and Bortland, as Bortland committed one of the craziest crimes you could ever think of.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, a.k.a. Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demons, a.k.a. YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
As it would be announced by Bryson Paul, here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Bortland's home last week, alongside these photos here of YNW Bortland literally drawing where certain jurors were sitting with a description of what they looked like during the original YNW Melly trial. You may be thinking it's not a big deal, but this is actually extremely illegal, and Melly and Bortland are going to get in a lot of trouble for it. And to understand how serious it is, here's even DJ Academics' reaction.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Like, god damn. Holy sh! You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
So with all of the new evidence going against Melly and Bortland, the lawyers that are working for Sack Chaser and Juvie's family would recommend Juvie's father go and do an emergency interview, sharing more evidence for the new lead prosecutor to use in the upcoming retrial. So Juvie's father would go on to expose how Melly and Bortland were witness tampering, and even what code words they used to make Melly's ex-girlfriend not testify against him.
Both Melly, Jamel Demons, YNW Melly, and Cortland Henry, who is known as YNW Bortland, are now charged with witness tampering. It sounds like the prosecutors are saying there was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person, and then that person.
Saying like to me, they're going through extreme measures to try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna, and they said Rocket's baby mom, and
Which leads into the weirdest evidence of it all, as YNW Juvie's father would then go on to share what happened on the morning of the crime, the moment that he drove down to clarify to law enforcement that it was his son that sadly passed, as Juvie's father would expose that Melly's mother sent him a rather weird text message right when he was about to drive to the police station.
He wasn't, he had switched vehicles. At least that's what they said in the first trial, that he had gotten into, it was suggested through a defense witness, the one and only defense witness, that he had gotten into that other vehicle.
Yeah, they were telling me that I drove down there that morning to go, identify Chris. I met Moretti down there that morning, other 26. And on the way down there, when I talked to Jamie, she told me the same thing. Like, Elder, don't talk to the media and tell them Melly wasn't there. Instantly, my antennas went up because I didn't understand. Like, I knew from that day, I knew something was up.
He would then end the interview off by sharing the last moment that he saw his son, including on how the retrial is affecting him and his family.
Last time I spoke to Chris was like 2 days before the incident. Him and Melly FaceTimed me, and that's the last time I saw him. Last time I spoke to him was like that same week, man. It just hurt me to see that the love that he had for Melly to do that to him. I see if it was one of his enemies or somebody, he did something wrong or something, but the way it happened, how it happened, who did it, it just heartbreaking on both sides.
All of this legal wrangling that's leading to a delay in the second trial, how are you?
I'm taking it one day at a time. You got to go through this process once again. Got to relive it once again.